When it comes to the tendons, in the words of the great and wise Jake Tura, load the sucker. I will say they play some heaters in here. Heaters, I mean, that 2000s hip hop mix. Underlay, underlay, mama, iya, iya, oh. You guys weren't ready for the weird Nathaniel. I'm an odd individual, I will admit. Foul. I honestly blame caffeine. Like, caffeine just makes me want to. Let's turn the lights on. Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Road to 43, where I take you through my journey of getting back to a 43-inch vertical jump like I had at 23 years old. What's the difference? Well, now it's a decade later. I am 33 years old and I'm trying to achieve my highest vertical ever. Now, just a very brief recap. We are now in month 2. In month 1, I got a dunk on 10 feet on the flimsy hoop, but I could not get a dunk on the stiff rim, which is right here, and I pointed to it like you could see it, but you can't see it, but there's a stiff rim right there. I could not dunk on the stiff rim, but I hurt my knee in the process, quad tendonitis, not quite tendinopathy, although it might be with the history of my knee pain. But what I want to talk about today is why your rehab should look like actual training. Like when you are rehabbing knee pain, it shouldn't, like, you shouldn't be doing these baby pip squeak exercises, maybe at first, but I was actually listening to a podcast, the Coach 'em Up podcast, which I highly recommend, with Tim Riley, Zach Zillner, who was not there because he was coaching or strength training his college basketball team, and Michael Risher was the guest. So it was Tim Riley, Michael Risher, and they were talking about why your rehab should not look like rehab. It should look like your training. And this feels good for me because I am a big advocate of this. My indestructible knees program, the first phase of my secret system, it has levels. It takes you from the lowest regressions possible all the way up to the point where you can't pass the knee program. You cannot complete the knee program unless you can sprint at 100%, jump at 100% intensity, squat heavy, drop jump off a 30-inch box, Spanish squat, lunge hold for 2 minutes straight. Like, these are very intense exercises, but they are still considered rehab because most of the problems that you see in rehab programs is they take you through these little baby exercises, and then when you get back to your sport, you get pain again. So my goal for today, going off of everything that I just said, is to do these exercises, and this is the main principle in indestructible knees in phase 1 of the secret system. Go as intense as you possibly can without exceeding 2 or 3 out of 10 on the pain scale. So I'm making sure that I'm doing as much as I can today without causing pain. You don't want to work through pain. So yeah, make sure that your rehab isn't these little baby terminal knee extensions and quad flexes. Like, all that stuff deserves a place, but that's like the very, very bottom. Like, that's like the absolute regressions of everything. After that, once you get past that, you gotta load the sucker. Puppy break. Hi, puppy. Now, what I mean by load the sucker is that you got to load it through isometrics, load it through slow strength, energy storage, and energy storage and release. So essentially force absorption training and then force absorption and production, which there's no real such thing as force absorption. It's all producing force, but I'm not going to blow your mind right now. I'll do that later. If you're wondering whether or not I'm shredded yet, the answer is no. All right, so we're at 9 feet, and the plan for today is very simple. Don't be a moron. And as easy as that sounds, for someone like me, that is a difficult task. Nine, 2. Nine, 4. Nine, 6. Aggressive layup. What the? Oh, I'm gonna count that. For anyone who cares, the reason why my right leg approach is worse for dunking is not only because my right tendon hurts, but also because I'm dunking with my left hand. And when I dunk, I do palm the ball, okay? But my left hand, I am way worse at palming the ball with my left hand, so it makes it harder to dunk. Now, you don't have to be able to palm a ball to dunk a basketball. You could cuff a ball, which is actually what I did back when I did have a 43-inch vertical jump. I could never palm the ball back then, or at least I didn't work on it, and I would just cuff it. But you can actually work on palming the ball. There's stuff that you could do. You know, Mac McClung used to do these here. You could do pickups like this. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you could do. Palming the ball is a skill. All right, so we are at 9 feet 7 inches, and what I'm gonna do from here on out is only my single leg approach off my left leg. I actually don't feel any pain at all, like zero. I feel no pain, but it only takes one jump at more intensity than I intended, and there goes my knee. So I'm just gonna be smart here. I'm eliminating my right leg, single leg, my right left, and my left right. And I'm just doing single leg approaches until I can't get the dunk, and then we'll move on. We'll move you guys back so you can see. No. I'm going to slightly move the hoop over, ever so slightly. No clue why I dunked from over there, but it worked. This is 9-9. What did I get last time? Can you guys remind me? I think I did get 9-9 off my left leg last time. Can't remember. What could you dunk on though? The puppy. No, we can't count that one. Somebody asked how much rest I'm taking in between jumps in my last session. It's about, honestly, like 30 to 45 seconds. Last session was a little weird because that last dunk session, January 31st dunk session, took me about an hour and 15 for a dunk session. An hour and 15 minutes, just because I just couldn't get warm. It was not the day. And I was trying to dunk, but I was trying to force it. It was not the day. But any other time, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, as long as it takes to get recovered. bro. I don't think we can count that one either. Yes, we can count that one. That was a pure flushy. 9-10. I'll show you guys just because people out there, Nathaniel Morton's lying. I don't know why I would lie about a damn flimsy hoop. Like, this is not impressive in the slightest. But here you go. Look at this. 9-6, 9-7, 9-8, 9-9, 9-10. This looks like 9-5, but that's 9.5. What's half of a foot? It's 9-6, my brother. Give me that shit. What's wrong with him? I might have to fuck around and try the real hoop. Oh my God, that wasn't that far away. That was not that far away. I'm gonna give it a couple more tries over here. That's a travel, bro. What are you doing? I will say this. One thing that I hate when my athletes do is they go like this. They palm the ball like this, and then they go. I'm like, bro, get it off the dribble. If you can't dunk off the dribble, you shouldn't be dunking. Get a tennis ball, get a soccer ball, palm that. When you have a basketball, bro, take it serious. Treat this thing with respect. All right, that one hurt my right knee, so I'm gonna relax. I'm actually gonna be done dunking. That did hurt my knee, but we're close off the single leg. They done turned the boy into a 1 foot jumper. So all you gotta do to get your single leg bounce up is hurt your other leg so that you're forced to jump off one leg over and over and over, and you'll become a single leg jumper. Oof. That one did hurt my right knee though, so we need to relax a little bit. I wanna hit some post chain work. I wanna hit some barbell RDLs. I wanna hit some reverse hypers just because they have that machine here. I don't come to this gym very often. So if they got it, I'm gonna use it. Then I'm gonna hit some calf raises. I'm actually gonna use, or try to use, the belt squat machine for calf raises because somebody commented and said belt squat for calf raises because I was complaining about barbell calf raises, how like balance is a limiting factor. All right, enough yapping. Let's get it. Hamstrings are a little sore from hamstring curls on Monday. You know what I was just thinking is, I definitely could have got a PR on the flimsy hoop. I definitely could have dunked on 9-10, 9-11, possibly even 10 feet on the flimsy hoop had I not gone for the stiff rim. But at the same time, if I didn't go for the stiff rim and I hurt my knee on the flimsy hoop, which it's fine now, like knee's good, I would have been mad at myself for not trying the actual stiff rim. But we got 225. This is probably gonna be a warm-up set again, so 3 reps. Now this is where I also have to be smart because I haven't done anything above 225 on RDLs for a long time. And my first thought is, well, just jump to the weight you used to do. But I don't think that's intelligent. I think we'll stick here at 245 for 4 sets of 5. Unless this feels super easy. My camera has a low battery, so I am going to do 3 more sets at this weight, but I'm gonna save the battery for reverse hypers and calf raises. But just know that I'm doing 4 sets of 5 on RDLs. Calf raises, I think I'm gonna go for 20 reps, 3 sets of 20. And then reverse hypers, also 3 sets of 20. Gonna get some high volume in because it's a high volume phase. All right, so we're gonna do 3 by 20 on the reverse hypers. And I have no clue who was doing these 55-pound weights, but I cannot do that. Ooh. Yeah, 20 is crazy. I could honestly get away with using 5s on this thing instead of 10s. Like, I don't know who was doing 55s. Either my post chain is extremely weak, or I was fucking Hercules. Or they're doing 1 rep, maxing out the reverse hyper. All right, guys, so I was gonna do belt squat calf raises, or I guess they would just be called belted calf raises, but this belt squat machine actually does not go any higher than this. So if you see other belt squat machines, you can actually raise them up pretty high, but this belt squat machine, like, I would have to be kneeling down to put the belt on, and then I'm gonna load this up pretty heavy because I'm doing calf raises. So then I would have to be standing up with a ton of weight doing my calf raises. I guess it could be done, but they do have a safety bar here as well. So I'm gonna go use a safety bar and just do arm supported or hand supported, and we'll call it a day. All right, so this is the last thing that we have today. We have hand supported safety bar calf raises, 3 sets of 20 reps. And I'm probably gonna stick with this weight because I just did a set and it was somewhat difficult. So get a sunburn, not a suntan. Stimulate the body, don't annihilate the body. Ooh. See, like, that was 16 reps. This is pretty difficult. This might be one of my new favorite calf raise variations, because like with a Smith machine, I gotta get 405 on there minimum. Actually, that's with, I'm an idiot, that's with 4 sets of 5 reps. This is 3 sets of 20, so obviously lighter weight, but all right, guys, so that is going to be it for the day. Just remember the main message of today's video. Your rehab should still look like training, and you need to progress your rehab from ground zero all the way to the point where you are doing max intensity on all exercises. That is rehab. That is how you get back to your sport playing at 100% pain-free. Also, what that means for me right now is that I'm doing all of my plyos at ground zero, all of my anterior chain work, my quad dominant work at ground zero, only going as much as I can go until I feel pain and not exceeding 3 out of 10 pain. But then my posterior chain work, as you just saw, the RDLs, the calf raises, the reverse hypers, you can still do that stuff as intense as possible. And if it's patellar tendonitis, quad tendonitis, it is not going to bother your knees. So still train hard in that aspect. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's workout. Thanks for tuning in. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Doses.